Hi, my name is Megan, and we'll be talking about dyslexia. Did you know that 1 in 5 people have dyslexia? It is something that is a lot more common than people think. In this presentation, we'll be discussing what dyslexia is and its causes, along with the common signs and challenges of dyslexia, along with ways to help people with dyslexia. So by the end of this paper, you'll be able to understand what it is, what causes it, and how to help people with dyslexia. Dyslexia affects people in all sorts of places in life. It affects the community, the way that people socialize, along with their education, and it can affect them in their work spaces. So what is dyslexia and what causes it? So dyslexia is a learning disability that people struggle with when it comes to understanding spelling, reading, and writing. It is a neurological condition that influences how people process the written and spoken language, along with how they recognize words, patterns, and so on. So what causes it? It typically runs in families, which indicates a genetic component. If a parent has it or a sibling has it, then the chances of you having it increases. So the common signs and challenges of dyslexia. Difficulty in understanding reading. People with dyslexia often struggle with reading comprehension because they may have trouble decoding words, recognizing patterns, and processing text that at the same speed as their peers. Writing fluency. Because people with dyslexia are impacted with their reading, their writing is also impacted. So they struggle with spelling, their grammar, and putting their thoughts about a paper into written text. And dyslexia also challenges people with dyslexia and makes it harder to organize, have time management, and people struggle with memorization. And so what that means is that it affects the executive functioning skills. So organizing, the time management and memory makes it more difficult. So keeping track of assignments and deadlines or being able to get tasks done is more difficult. It also brings up frustration of low self-esteem towards academics and stress towards academics. So what that means, because people with dyslexia are not able to keep up with reading as their peers, or be able to put their thoughts into words on paper, or being able to organize the same as people, that means that there's going to be stress and anxiety, and there's going to be a lower self-esteem because they cannot keep up with their peers at the same speed. So ways to support people with dyslexia: by entering them into a special education program. Most school systems have people that are able to help people with dyslexia or different learning disabilities so that they are able to have the assistance that they need on their schoolwork and on tests. Audiobooks. Audiobooks is a great way for people to understand what they're supposed to be reading. Instead of having to read the text themselves and trying to comprehend what they're reading, the audiobooks are able to read it to them so they can just focus on comprehending it. Audiobooks is also a great way to find new words and be able to understand what they're supposed to sound like. Accommodations. Accommodations can help people with extra times on assignments, text-to-speech and speech-to-text technology, along with note-taking assistance. But also, some accommodations might be having a dyslexia-friendly font so that they are able to follow along easier. And then encourage skills such as creativity, problem-solving, and thinking big. Just because they may struggle with reading, writing, and all those sort of things, that you're able to encourage them to use the strengths of creativity, problem solving, and thinking big. We are now finished with the presentation. So now you are able to understand what dyslexia is, the signs and challenges of dyslexia, and ways to support people with dyslexia. Thank you.
Oh, acknowledged.